Josh Taylor, Paul Zeise here on the Nightly Sports Call, taking your phone calls, 412-575-2600 on the Borders and Borders hotline. And while we're at it, we will go start there. To begin with, we will start with Harry and Elizabeth. He wants to talk about Pitt. Harry, you're on the Nightly Sports Call.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I just wanted to tell Paul Zeise I think his son played a hell of a game today. And also, I want to say something about Pitt basketball. I think we're in the Ralph Willard ages again. We need a new basketball coach. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Wow, he came in swinging with the Ralph Willard reference.
Did you see the final score? Did Arizona lose again tonight? They were down the whole game. I'm not sure. It's a good question. Three days in a row.
In 3 games.
Yeah, I think Purdue beat them. I think Purdue beat them tonight. So 3 games in 3 days. I think Arizona is. So my point is, he's a pretty good coach that everybody wanted here.
They wanted him
and they were expected to. They've number 2 in the country. I would say this about Pitt hoops. You got to live with the lumps this year.
They're going to happen. And honestly,
same thing we just talked about with Pitt football, right? Here's why 5-7 this year is different than 5-7 and maybe some other teams that are 5-7. You started off the first 3 or 4 games completely lost.
Yes.
Think about their defenses. Completely got basically 15 or 16 out of like 18 guys that were playing had never played before. Exactly. They were completely lost. Offense was a mess.
All those sophomores and freshmen.
By the end of the season, they look pretty competent now. So that tells me the coaching staff has coached them up and got them better every week, and they haven't quit on them. And that team played hard every single week and really, didn't quit on the season when they, my point is,
that's hard to do, to keep kids engaged.
Exactly.
That's not easy. People just assume that they'll show up and play every day.
Right.
Kids get disengaged too, and they're young.
So with Pitt hoops, it's the same thing to me. Okay, they lost by 33 or whatever it was to Penn State. They're probably going to take one on the chin next week to West Virginia. But hopefully in mid-January, late January, they're playing the ACC teams down to the wire and having a chance to beat some of them.
They gave Oklahoma State a pretty decent run.
That's progress. That's progress, and that's all you can really when you're in a rebuilding situation. It's all you can really gauge is progress.
To your point about Pitt football, and talking about youth and inexperience, the unit I was really impressed with today, the defensive line was outstanding. The way they controlled the run game, the way they closed the pocket repeatedly on Malik Rozier. He was under a lot of pressure today. He might have been under more pressure in the second half than Kenny Pickett was, which is saying a lot because Miami's defensive line is outstanding. But Pitt's defensive line has come a long way, and they played really great today. That's the first thing I'll point out. The second thing, you notice how he was given a compliment about his son, he didn't respond to it? Very humble dad over here. Just want to point that out. Go back to the phone lines. Let's go to Greg in Franklin. Greg, you're on the Nightly Sports Call. You there, Greg?
Yeah, hi. How you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Okay, the previous caller stole my thunder. Paul, your son was all over the field today. He played outstanding. And also kudos, to Pat Narduzzi and the staff. They didn't just sulk after last week. They had the guys ready. Give credit to the kids, too. They came out, and maybe today's game was a bowl game that they're not going to go to this year, but they're a young team and a great-looking future, and I wish them luck. And, Paul, again, outstanding for your son.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, that's, he did it right. He was.
It's always the same thing.
I'm his dad, you know what I mean? I'm his dad. So, I mean, I remember the plays he didn't make. But anyway, yeah.
I have to augment that because not only in just a sense of the total game, he made outstanding plays on third down, which I thought was exceptional. I mean, 2 of them actually in the same series. I think one play on first down where he made a tackle. Then he gets down the line, makes another tackle on third down. And later on, he makes another tackle on third down. And then I think he had a pass hit off of him with his back turned. But he was also in the right place at the right time. And that's something, and not just for Elijah's sake, but for the defense as a whole, because he was just one of a few different guys who seemed to be making plays at the right time, where other weeks, other games, those kids might have been getting beaten. They might have been getting beaten to that spot or getting beaten to where that ball was.
The kid I feel the best for is Avonte Maddox.
Absolutely.
Great game. I mean, what people don't realize is that guy for the last 2 years has been on an island. He's been out there by himself. And you know what, Pitt, they left him out there a lot. And it's tough. but he had a really good season this year. I thought he was maybe their best player on defense this year. So for him to get the final play where he stripped, the strip sack to finish the game in his last game, I thought that was a pretty cool ending for him.
I got a chance to talk to him in the interview room after the game, and he was talking about just how excited he was, not only for just himself, but for his teammates, for his fellow seniors, the way they were able to pull off some of the wins they did. I asked him specifically. I said, last year you had the Penn State win, you had the Clemson win. This year you had the Miami win. He said, yeah. He said, those are things that, we can always take with us and say those were things we were able to pull off. But I think for him, like you mentioned, just seeing the progression from where he started to where he ends now. And I asked him, I said, that's your last play, your last game of your career. He said, yeah, he just he seemed almost stunned that it unfolded that way. Yeah. But it's cool to see something like that for a kid who developed that way and then finishes as strong the way he finished his career.
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, you feel good for him. You really, to me, you feel really good for the senior class.
Yes.
Because there's so few of them that actually stayed. After a coaching change, it's different. Guys leave. Guys see the writing on the wall. Coaching staff brings in new players,
Another way for kids to lose interest, by the way.
Yeah, but my point is, for the guys that stayed, and stayed through it, this was a nice reward for them at the end of their careers. And really, next year's class is the last class of Paul Chryst players. So, and that class is very small. A lot of those guys are gone too. So my point is, this roster is turning over and really, truly, legitimately becoming Pat Narduzzi's guys. But what I like is, even the older guys, he's made his guys. It doesn't seem like there's, okay, we're pushing these guys aside. It's been, if you earn your spot, you get out there. I don't care who you are, who recruited you. And
that's not easy. I will continue to reiterate that. It's not easy to sell a kid that you didn't bring in and what you're trying to do to get him completely, commit to that and get on board with it. It's really difficult to do. One more call before we take a break. We'll go to Donald in Murraysville. Donald, you're on the Nightly Sports Call. Good evening, Donald.
Hey, guys, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, yeah. I thought it was a great win today.
Yes.
I don't mean to rain on the parade or anything like that, but the reality is, though, that we have talent that is not ready to compete at a high level, and I don't know what to say about it.
That's fair. It's fair from maybe the holistic standpoint. Maybe they're not ready yet. I think that's fair to say, but it's also fair to say that they showed some serious growth today in what they can be. Is that fair to say, Paul, on both sides, that they may not be there yet, but they're showing that they're at least getting closer to where they should be?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't beating the number 2 team in the country, doesn't that show that your guys maybe are ready to compete at the highest level?
It showed, if nothing else, they did a lot of things right.
You realize Miami ran for 45 yards today?
Yeah.
That
team
was
that ran on Notre Dame.
Yeah, they ran all over Notre Dame.
Yeah.
45 rushing yards is what they had today. I mean, it goes back to last year, people losing their minds early in this season. Oh, this team is so far away, they'll never compete with the best teams. Like, you realize, 2 games ago, they beat the number 1 team in the country who happened to win the national championship.
There you go.
It's a process. And I think that, they've got a lot of young players that have grown up this season. I think, honestly, next year they'll be pretty good. But 2 years from now, especially if Kenny Pickett is as good as we think he is, 2 years from now, that team has a chance to be really, really good. If you look at like I said, 69 players that are sophomores or younger.
That'll be a fun deal. Got to take another break. We come back, we're answering more phone calls, maybe even a couple tweets if we get some. We'll see. See you in a minute.